up.
Should we possibly not all go on the adventure?
Don't split the party. Don't split the party.
Ooh, I like splitting the party.
Many a horror song has been written about not splitting up the party.
I'll be right back. No.
Don't say that! Never say that!
Perhaps tell your uncle.
And the rest of you can log out. We'll get back to you in another session.
So yeah, Uncle Brock, we did determine that there are some runes on the rocks that that talk about
Heaven for Betsy.
stuff. Yeah. So who's our rune expert here?
Me.
Me.
We think it's a portal to China.
So, Brock, the runes appear to be of origins from Moradin. But they speak of some sort of Moradin, yes. Maybe you've heard of him as a dwarf.
Of course he. That is like saying there's a bad shite in the woods. Of course I've heard of Moradin. They kind of bonks you upside the back of your head. Where did you find this lad, Bart?
Just in jest. Just in jest. But the runes, they speak of some sort of transportation, and we're not sure what that means yet. But it might be worth you keeping an eye out while we're off to go speak to the druids.
So am I expecting Moradin to pay me a visit?
Well, you can only hope so, but we're not sure.
Alright, that's disturbing news. I don't know how to take that, to be honest.
I wouldn't be overly concerned. We don't have enough information. We don't want to, like you said, we don't want to cause a riot or anything, or throw everyone into disarray. So best just since this is our little secret cabal that we keep it low key, and just you keep an eye out here while we go talk to the druid and see if they have more information for us.
Aye.
But buttered scones. I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Buttered scones. Yes.
Nom.
Butter.
Buttered butter. Yes. All right. So we have our breakfast and.
All right, guys, let's go into the forest.
All right. So you guys, to the west. So you guys gather all of your gear, and you head off. You walk in a westerly direction. Now I want to. Is there anyone here that has a pretty nice tracking skill? Anyone here?
Rogue.
Okay. I don't have tracking skill.
What is that?
Perception.
It would be any
Wisdom?
kind of like
Perception?
maybe wisdom would be like tracking or nature.
I've got a
or anything like
+3 on wisdom.
All right, that's something.
+5 perception.
Give me a perception check. We'll see if you notice anything as you guys are traveling in the woods. Like I said, there's no roads, nothing like that.
Ooh,
Very nice.
18 plus 5.
Yeah, you can tell that there is a nice roll.
It's too bad what happened to our ranger. It would have been useful.
Ranger would have been useful, but you're able to determine that there are a couple paths, very lightly, traveled paths that are continuing west. Now, I want you to give me we're going to do a forced random encounter roll really quick. So do one more D20 for me. And it is during the daytime, so we'll say that anything 18, 19, or 20. Alright, so you guys are fine. You guys have no encounters. Now, you start to, as you guys are working your way up to a sort of like a rolling hill. Now, as you crescendo over the hill, you look down, and there is a sort of like like a ruined tower, like an old ruined tower, about halfway standing on one side, and the other side is just crumbled, and you can see that the entire half of this tower is basically in a massive pile of rubble on one side. The roof, that's fallen off. It's sort of laying up against the pile of rubble, and you can see that there is a little bit of smoke coming out of one of the windows that's on the side of this tower.
Someone's in there.
Possibly. For
We
sure.
should check it out.
Who would build something like this?
Absolutely.
Well, maybe this is
And then
the
it runs.
outer edge of the druids.
Druid is anything out of stone, though. That's not really a druid thing.
Well, maybe it's been here for years and they're just using it as
That's
a
true.
location.
Indeed. Well, stories don't write themselves, gents. Make ourselves a song. Forward.
So I guess you guys are being cautious, coming up to this place. I guess you're being
I guess,
cautious.
does the rogue want to stealth up there? Just
Sure,
to be
yeah.
safe?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Send the
Maybe we
rogue
should
up,
just
scout.
send Ray in
Stealth,
just
classified.
full Monty. Just go, Ray!
Are we really trying to sneak up on this poor person just out in the woods?
Yes.
Oh.
Aw.
Very
Classified.
well, apparently.
That's okay, because pretty much
worst
these
rogue.
the
Breaking
DCs
every
are
branch along the way.
no,
Crack.
not really. I'll tell you what. As you're getting closer and you're climbing up on this rubble, your foot does slip and a little bit of rubble does slide down, makes a little bit of noise. You see about a half a dozen elves. You see a female. Well, at first they all appear to be male, but you can distinctly tell that one is a female because you can tell because of the curvatures and whatnot. Now, what's unusual with these elves are they are all dressed the same. They're on in like a very light brown robe, wearing sandals, all using walking sticks, a lot of symbols and small pieces of bone and feathers hanging off of these walking sticks. They don't look like your
Is it?
typical elves, that are in fine, elven cloth or fine elven clothing. These could be the druids that you're looking for.
Interesting.
These are not the druids you are looking
These
for.
are not the druids that you are looking for. See, I can't do my hand. I don't have the hand in front of me. Bruce could do that. These are not the druids you are looking for.
Being a half elf, I would like to greet them.
Okay.
The elvish.
So I guess we're all going to go
Let's
up.
put our
Well, maybe
weapons
we should just send Sharif here in. We'll all go off and hide and let him go in just as if he's just a weary traveler looking for that water that he needs so he can
Well,
talk.
hold on. He's half human, and we know what humans are all about. And the elves probably know what humans are all about. So, do we really want to send our half-elf in there on his own?
Or do we send our human in?
No, that's definitely not what I'm suggesting.
Especially because you guys know, in these lands, the elves think they're superior to everyone else, and there's a little bit of strife. I mean, like I said, it's not animosity type of strife, but sort of like a strife that we're better than you. Basically, like the way the elves are in every game. But in this setting, it's a little bit different, and you'll find out later on down the line. So.
In this setting, are half-elves also treated similarly? Or is that also a little bit...
No, half-elves are, well, of course the elves think they're better than the half-elves, but as for, comparing
50%
themselves to the other, comparing themselves to the other humans and half-orcs and gnomes and halflings, I mean, you fit right in.
Alright, well, that's fine with me then. It's all on you, Bard.
Alrighty then.
Do it.
Greetings, friends. Peace
Oh.
unto you on this day.
You've totally startled us. What are you doing here? Why are you way out here in the Nook? How did you find us out here in the Nook?
And my apologies. We've been traveling and exploring, and we're actually in search of a community of druids. If you happen to know any of them around.
Well, we have been in the Nook for more than 750 years, my friend. Why do you disturb us out here? Are you part of this group of miners and lumberjacks that have moved into our territory as of late? Are you part of them?
Oh crap! Run.
Not exactly.
Well, we are new, so we don't know much about what's going on here. We did come across this settlement that seems to be beginning. We don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest.
Well, they have.
Good one. Good one.
There is an ancient portal to the Feywild, and these humans and dwarves, these morons have put this portal back together, and they have literally they've made another gateway after we have destroyed this portal. It's a very long story. I hope that you have a few minutes and a couple and another, actually a ranger. You can tell that he is definitely a tracker. Has a hooded cloak on, has a long bow, has several short swords hanging off of his belt. Walks up to this female and whispers several things into her ear, and she looks at you and she says, "How many of your friends are out there? One of my scouts here have told me that they have seen several of you creeping in the surrounding areas around us."
We're not creeping. I don't think we're trying all too hard to be hidden, but
Yay for
Yes.
no stealth.
Apologies, we're just trying to be cautious. These are strange lands, and we didn't want to risk everyone at once. So Feywild, you say? There wouldn't happen to be complexions on these stones, would there? Anything?
Some 500 years ago, I will be quite frank with you, because I'm sure you're probably associated. We have not had any kind of travelers in this area, in our nook, for several hundred years. So I am under the impression that you are probably from that area. I will tell you this, my friends. My brother Darius, he is named after this nook. His name is Darius Moonhorns. And he is the reason for all of this. 500 years ago, he made a pact with a creature called the Growler, and made some kind of bargain, some kind of deal with this creature. This Growler wanted to take all of the minerals, all of the ore of the area, for him and his demons of the Fae. My brother Darius, the negotiator that he was, he struck a deal, a 500-year deal with this demon, and now the 500 years are up, and he wants what is his. My brother is nowhere to be found. My brother disappeared about 500 years ago, and that is when we, the keepers of the forest, we destroyed the portal. And now you and your friends have put it piece by piece back together again, linking now our world with the Feywild. That is not a good thing, my friend. Not a good thing at all.
Which elf was the one we were looking for? The guy who left the note?
Seneca.
Was,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know her name. It was actually signed Seneca on the note. Sennica.
Although maybe that's giving away too much that we know that name.
Maybe so.
No, it was actually on the. It was on the ledger that was on the
You can
door.
Introduce yourself and ask your name. Right?
Yes, introduce yourself to everyone. There you go. Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? And I didn't catch your name. What was your name again? You feminine elf?
Seneca, you say?
My name is Seneca. That is correct. And these are the other forest keepers of the forest.
I see. A pleasure to meet you, Seneca. I'm Mr. Brief, and it's an absolute pleasure to meet you and the keepers, and we appreciate the warning and the story and sharing information with us.
We are peaceful keepers of the
I have a
forest.
question. I have a
Would you it's safe to come out, you lot? I'd like to introduce my associates, a traveling bunch of idiots. Please excuse us.
We are a peaceful bunch here in the forest. We do not battle. That is why we have reached our hand out to you. We are not going to fight you. Obviously, it seems like you are here to stay in the Nook, which is what we call it. There is another name of this place, which is the Moonhorn's Sanctuary. That is what everyone else has called it. We call it the Nook. It has been the Nook to us for 750 years. So that's why we have no. What's that? The Nook is basically the sanctuary. They just call it the Nook.
But like, what's it a nook?
I'm gonna call it the Kindle.
It's like the Nook that's carved into the mountains. You know, sort of like a Nook that's carved into the mountains. And
More of an eye.
it's sort of like you guys are in a horseshoe.
Like a giant.
You guys are basically in a horseshoe. All around you in a horseshoe shape, there are mountains all around you. So that's called the Nook, which is basically it's the Moonhorn's sanctuary. You know, named after Darius Moonhorn, which is her brother. She hasn't seen her brother in 500 years. So, you know, he made this deal with the Growler, and later on,
What?
the keepers found out that he did make this deal with this Growler creature.
What kind of beast is this Growler?
He is one that shapes
What was
into. He is a shapeshifter. He is a monstrous bear, bigger than any bear that you've ever seen. Can claw 4 men with one swipe. Massive.
And we believe that he will come through the portal from the Feywild?
He will. We have had visions.
Will.
He is looking for his claim. That's my brother Darius made a deal with him 500 years ago.
So I'm just curious if we tell the dwarves and humans that are putting everything back together to stop and to tear down that wall, will that then prevent this evil creature from coming after us?
Unfortunately, my friends, that is too late now. It is the gateway has been established again. She kind of huddles with the other keepers of the forest, and after about you guys are kind of looking at each other, wondering what the heck they're saying to one another, and they're just whispering away. And after about a minute and a half, she turns around and she says, "There is one way to close this portal, and you could close it for good. And you can destroy this nearly built portal. And what you can do is find a couple items, and we, the keepers of the forest, will perform a ritual. Now, the items needed for this ritual are no common items that you would walk into a store and purchase. These are rare barks and rare feathers that we would need to create an ink, to have a quill, and a piece of parchment to write the ritual down on. Then we will perform the ritual, and that then will only close. That will then close the gateway from here to the Feywild. But we do need several items. We need a feather from a roke that is high up into the mountains, high up into the mountains, the Gasper Mountains. All around you, there are roke nests. We need a feather from one of those birds. We're also going to need a bark, a very rare bark that grows here in the forest on one of the trees. It can then be tempered down into a piece of parchment. Then we will need also the blood of a small, how should I say, the blood of an elf. And the elf can be one of us. Not a lot of blood, just a little bit. We have the other ingredients. But you will need the blood of an elf. You are also going to need the tree bark. Very rare, she gives you the name of the tree. And then she's also going to need a feather from a roke. And you can get those from the Gasper Mountains. Very rare birds. There are only several nests, especially this time of the year. So you will have to work quickly and work diligent if you are to close that portal. Because you've probably got several days until the Growler, he is creating the opposite ritual to open the gate one-sided. And if he's able to do that, then we will not be able to destroy the portal. So it is imperative that you find these items and close the portal.
Alright.
Your brother made a deal with this bear demon.
He did?
It sounds like you guys have been spending a long time trying to, get out of that deal.
We thought we were out of the deal 500 years ago when we destroyed the portal.
Right. That's super rude. Like, if someone made a deal with you and then destroyed your portal, you would naturally be angry. I mean, I'd be angry.
Well, usually elves don't make deals with devils and demons either. So obviously something had probably corrupted my brother, and seeing that my brother is not here around to, defend himself. You see where I'm coming from.
You should find your brother too.
We will in time.
Yeah, he's only been gone for 500 years. I mean, he should be easy to find.
Yeah.
Right? 500 years?
How far can you get 500 years, really?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how far away is the mountains where the ropes are?
The easiest ingredient to find would probably be the bark.
Oh, the bark? Okay, let's
Yes.
do the bark then.
The only time that you can find the bark is at midday, when the sun is directly overhead. You will find a sparkle on a tree. Then that will be the bark that you need from the tree.
What time is it now?
Any tree?
It's
up at the
it's
sky,
probably
what
several
time?
hours. Probably several hours from midday. So you've got plenty of time to,
Okay.
Scout out the area. Sure.
And in this place where these trees reside, are there any challenges or problems that we might encounter?
There are many
You enjoy
creatures.
challenges.
There are many creatures in the forest. Many creatures. And there are also creatures
Well,
that
That
have...
is specifically vague. Thank you.
Is there anything that you're looking for in particular?
Well, I mean, is there any way we can find put ourselves in the best
So good.
location where we might come across this park?
Yeah,
Are
she...
there other...
Yeah, she draws you guys have a map of the area, and she draws an area, a small little area. She says this is where the last known tree is known to exist, and as the sun is beaming directly overhead, then that's when you will be able to distinctively tell that this tree is different from the others. It will have like a sparkle to it, like a glow to the tree, to the to the extremities of the bark. and then that's when you will extract the bark. Just need a a piece of bark about 2 to 3 feet long, and then after that we'll need the
Are we
feather
going to
of
be
a
able to
rope.
just cut it off with a knife, or do we have to do anything special
Sure.
to
No.
extract this bark?
You would just, if you're good with a knife, if you're good at skinning an animal, then skinning a tree would work as well.
I think we know where we're going, folks.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Can we borrow one of your rangers to find big tree growths and maybe the rope afterwards? We're not exactly bird trappers here.
You found us,
I
okay?
have
Did
a
you
plus
not?
3 on bird trapping, I think. No, wait.
Forgive them pertinence of our token human.
Our token human.
These druids are very, very busy, Ray. All right.
Yeah. Forgive us
Damn
the
it,
pertinence,
Ray.
but it does
Obviously-
have a point, good side.
They
If you
would.
get a fair guide, it would be extremely helpful.
She looks over to one of her rangers and kind of nods, and he says he'll guide you to the area, and he does. So you guys, for about an hour, this ranger guides you. All right. Now, everybody, give me a perception check, and the guide tells you that he will be back off. He'll be back at the tower, and he marked the way back for you. So everybody give me a perception check. Ooh.
Who was that?
That was me.
Ray is useless as usual.
Damn it, Ray.
That's me. All right, that's 17 plus nothing, so 17.
Nice roll.
Alright, I'm gonna go here first. Here we go.
Ray, you're walking the wrong direction. Ray, we're going.
Other way, Ray.
Actually.
Looks like
Got a plus,
Sharif and Ray are off in the corner by themselves.
yeah, I've got a +2 on that, so that's an 8. But we're all
Alright.
we're messing
Let's
around
see
with
what
math over here.
let's see what I get here. Oh boy.
You guys are just staring up to the sky. Wow, these trees are sure tall.
Yeah, they are tall trees.
Whoa, dude.
Okay. So I don't think I have any. I don't have any extra on perception. So
Just wisdom, I think, if you add your wisdom.
wisdom, I got a +3 in wisdom.
So I think you just have a +3 then.
Okay.
Got a passive perception senses skill.
So it would pretty much be Typhus and Bart so far.
Passive.
Oh, nice crit. Nice. Nice.
That dance for not 20, baby.
Nice.
Never learned
Look at that.
So as the ranger leaves you guys behind and gives you basically the way back to the tower, Sharif, you notice out of the corner of your eye, as you guys are walking in this very heavily wooded area. Now you're starting to notice out of the corner of your eyes, you're starting to notice something kind of peering off of one of the trees at you. And you look over, and it vanishes. It's like poof, it makes a popping noise, and it just vanishes. And it looked like a spider. And then in front of you, about 5 seconds later, poof, this spider appears in front of you again. So, guess what we're doing? It is time for
Shit.
combat. So, what kind of miniatures do you guys want? Do you guys want?
We can all grab our own, actually.
Yeah, you guys can grab your own. Yeah, go for it. Everybody, grab your
So if you click-
miniature.
If you click on the little knight button, the button that looks like a knight helm, you'll
Yeah,
be able
the
to
one-
switch to the figurines.
Wow, look at that.
So I'm gonna
Close
pick.
thing to a bard here.
Well, we actually have a bard, but this one's the bard. If you really want to be the bard.
I can't really.
The
Oh,
bard.
there we go. Oh, okay, that is a loot. Or like
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Oh, okay.
I'll be-
Okay, I'll grab her.
I'll be this one. She's kind of a
I'm gonna roll my initiative first.